just get started shoes is what I'm going to get on to today. Now, this was something that I actually learned from Reed Tracy, actually, from Hayes Publishing. If we over perfect things, and we over perfect, and we over perfect, and we over perfect, we'll end up not doing anything at all. And I can't tell you, there's a number of things that I would say. This is, if you know, very prevalent for the number 1 Enneagrams. So if you haven't listened to that video, go search it up. It gives you more insight into that. Sometimes, and I would say more often than not, the thing that holds people back is just not taking the first step in the first place. They're worried about, oh, I might look like a fool. Oh, you know, what will people say? It's not a good enough product or service or whatever it is, so people aren't going to give me the buy-in. You know, there's all sorts of reasons. I get it a lot. You know, it's like, oh, no, but, you know. So I would be saying to you, just do it. Just have your Nike shoes on and just do it. Just take that first step. So it'll be, you know, if you're wanting to do, like for me, that's how I got started on the shoe psychology stuff, because I was like, well, you know, I want to write a book. You know, how do I get started? And like the advice that I think it's Kelly Notaris that works with Reed Tracy on this, and it was just like, do you know what? Just write for 20 minutes every day. You don't even have to publish it. You don't even have to publish it. Just do it. Just get off your backside and make it happen. Okay? So you don't have to publish that book. They often talk about there's a book before the book, quite often. So there's stuff that you need to get off your chest that you probably would never have written or never actually would publish. Or it might be something that you would publish, but just for your family. So this is a really great example for those book writers, those quiet book writers that they've always in their back of their head, they've gone, yeah, maybe, you know, I'd like to write a book one day. Yes, start today, and then allocate a specific amount of time that you're going to do that. So it might be that you write for 10 minutes or 20 minutes a day, and that it's 20 minutes. Quite often I would recommend that you do it first thing in the morning where you're not going to get disturbed. Have your phone off. Have it where you're not going to be disturbed, you know, drive somewhere where people can't find you, you know, or if it's before work or whatever, you know, so that you're not going to be interrupted. Or if you're at home, do it before the kids get up, that kind of thing, or when they've gone to sleep. I prefer doing it in the morning when you're fresh and more in line with the intuitive flow. That works best for me. But, you know, everything to everybody. I mean, like, it's your shoes, your path, your way, right? You might prefer to write at night when the kids have gone to bed. I find that I'm too tired. I can't be doing, you know, the stuff doesn't flow at that time. I'm just too knackered at the end of the day. But that gives you an example of, you know, it's not going to be perfect. And we are fortunately in a world now that doesn't dictate that. So many people, I mean, look at me, I'm sitting in a car, you know, talking to you guys, because this is when, you know, it's got to happen. If it's going to happen at all, it's got to happen before I do my exercise each day. And it's where I'm not going to get disturbed, and I'm away from the office and I'm away from the house, you know, if there's my kids or whatever the case might be, might interrupt me. So this, you know, it's not, I'm not on a stage. I don't have fancy lights. I haven't got the makeup, you know, done all perfectly. Half the time my hair's all messy, you know, but I know that you guys love me for my inner beauty. So it's absolutely fine, right? You know, because it's what I'm saying that I'm hoping will shift you. It's the content that's going to help you take that next step. to you, whatever it is on your journey. Have I got it right off the bat? Absolutely not. This is starting to morph into something quite different from what I started, and you will find that. And there's half of the beauty in that is that what quite often I find is that people, when they're over perfect, okay, that they finally launch what it is, and then you'll find that your membership wants something completely different, and you've actually wasted time and money building a whole thing that actually doesn't suit what they actually want. So go with the flow. Have your flow shoes on. Don't go with the flow, and morph the way that it's supposed to, because that's life. It's like the wind, isn't it? It changes. One day it's blowing this way, the next day it might be blowing that way, but you still got your direction, you still got your path, you still got your North Star, you still got your compass shoes on, going in the direction you want, right? But it's like you're flexible within that, okay? But you're still moving, and you're moving forward, right? So that's the whole idea, is, you don't need, you just got to do it. You got to have your Nike shoes on and just take that first step. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be spot on. You don't have to be looking glamour queen. The bonus of technology these days is that you can just do it on your phone. So you don't need all the fancy technology that you used to need. So there's a way around it. And if that's not your bag, then that's absolutely fine as well. You don't have to go that route either. So, just allow yourself the space to get it wrong, and that's okay. All right, and be all right with that. There's a bonus in that. So look, I don't know, I hope you found that useful pair to have in your closet, I think. And just take that step. Just have your Nike shoes on, just do it, and make it happen, whatever it is. Just take that first step. Okay, all right, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, please like, share, subscribe. Join me on Facebook if you would like to, if you want the support, and we'll go from there. Otherwise, there's the Prosper Mums Club coming as well. Okay, all right, thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.